Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel once again. So I was recently asked by a friend what phone I would recommend they get as of now, as of November of 2019. And it really got me thinking. So this is a friend that is not really locked into any particular ecosystem. They're coming from an iPhone 7, but they have a Surface PC, for example. And they've got a mix of some Apple and some Google services. So according to them, they were neutral as far as what my recommendation would be. So it didn't have to be an iPhone, for example, didn't have to be Android, what have you. So it really got me thinking, and I thought, okay, let me really give them a well thought out answer. And I decided, okay, let me develop some criteria for that before I come up with the answer for them. And I decided to record this video so I can share those thoughts with you. So of course, this choice would not mean that it's the exact right phone for you. I'm not saying this is the best phone to buy right now. This is just the best value flagship phone, especially if you're living in the United States, because we don't have all the Xiaomi's and the Huawei's and stuff like that. But so again, it doesn't mean it's the exact right phone for you. If you are particularly locked into an ecosystem, like Apple's, for example, if you've got a MacBook and Apple Music and Apple TV, excuse me, and the Apple Cloud and all that stuff, then you probably would have little use for a phone that is not an iPhone. So this person being completely neutral to that, I said I'm going to go through 5 criteria. Specs, obviously, and when I say specs, I mean it would have to be a 2019 processor, one of the latest Exynos processors that came out, obviously a Snapdragon 855 or 855 plus, or one of the latest Bionic series, A series Bionic chips from Apple. So price obviously would be the other major consideration if you're talking about value. And then I also wanted to consider design and build quality third, software features, and then hardware features. When I took all of that into account, what I came up with as far as the best value flagship right now was the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Okay, there's a little skin on the camera housing here in case you know what this is supposed to look like and you're wondering. I prefer black camera housing, but anyway, so the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Okay, first of all, right now, this phone, brand new, you can get for around $500, maybe a little bit more, and that's again brand new, international unlocked. You can get this through your carrier, and you might not even have to pay a down payment if you want to pay monthly. So, okay, so why did I arrive at this? Now, obviously, if you're looking for a particular niche experience, if you're again locked into Apple's thing and you want an iPhone, or you specifically want stock Android, for example. For me, my favorite stock Android phone right now is the Pixel 4. You may have been following my coverage of that. If not, check the channel. But again, value for right now, all things considered, it's got these Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. You got a flagship processor. Okay, in addition to the very decent price that it is right now, design and build quality is just fantastic. It's an awesome design. You have a very premium build here. You've got this polished aluminum metal chassis. This is a very nice prism white color. I love the prism black in this as well. It's kind of like a gunmetal sorta, and it's got the glossy finish to that. It's fantastic, and it's, as far as build quality, you're not really going to find much nicer. So there's that. Now, software features, I mean, what doesn't it have? You've got all the regular customizability of Android. You can put a custom launcher on there. You can a custom icon pack. It's got, of course, a customizable navigation gesture, not just a set navigation gesture. You can customize that. You can customize it through a couple of different ways. In fact, you can do so through the settings within the phone, or you can download the one-hand operation app, for example, for this phone and be able to swipe from the sides to go back, just for instance, or even swipe and hold to pull up the assistant. Like, what's the weather?
Right now in Chantilly, it's 54 .
So obviously the software experience is going to be extremely customizable. You've got your always on display, which is also very customizable and very nice. You see how I have that set up here. You can, you've got your dark theme, your light theme. Right now I am using, I love the dark theme, but I'm also using the Samsung Good Lock app. To me, it's got all the customizability you could possibly ask for in a smartphone. And even if you don't want to customize it, just out of the box, it's obviously going to work fine, and it's very easy to flip between at least dark mode and light mode. You also have custom themes in the Samsung theme store. Doesn't have to be the regular light mode or dark mode. You don't have to use the Good Lock app. In terms of just making the phone yours specifically, there's everything that you could possibly want or ask for. And then hardware features. So you've got wireless charging. You've got fast wireless charging. You've got obviously fast wired charging. You can remap this Bixby button here. I know a lot of people don't like the Bixby button, and I initially didn't either, but there are uses for it. Like I have mine mapped to go straight to Spotify, to launch Spotify. So that's useful to me, and it's a little bit quicker than swiping through and finding the button. You've got your face unlock. I've got face unlock set up here, and you've got the more secure fingerprint sensor right on the power button on the side. It's very, very fast, reliable, secure, works every time. And of course you can map that to more than one finger or thumb. It even still has the headphone jack. Okay, now how many flagship phones, or flagship level phones at least, can say that in 2019? So, it pretty much has everything. The speakers sound fantastic. Excellent full sound stereo speakers. So, there's really not much that it lacks. Now, what does it lack, if you had to nitpick as far as phones in 2019? Obviously it's got a futuristic sort of display here with minimal bezels and no notch. You've got the punch out hole punch camera set up there, but it's got a fantastic AMOLED display as well. It's 1080p. It's not going to be the highest resolution, but for example, it's a higher resolution than some of the competitors from Apple, the iPhone XR, the iPhone 11. But it will lack just two things. So it'll lack the 90 Hz refresh rate, which not many phones have anyway. You've followed my Pixel 4 coverage. The OnePlus lineup this year, for the most part, comes with a 90 Hz refresh rate. So you're not going to get that. But in the phones that do have a 90 Hz refresh rate, you're not going to get the rest of the package that you get with this phone. The second thing it lacks is the telephoto lens. Now, I don't know how important that is to you, but for me personally, if I'm only going to get two lenses on a phone, I would want it, besides the main lens, to be a wide-angle lens, which this has. And I'm not one of those people who are kind of grilling Google for not including it in the Pixel 4. Now, I would have rather had the wide-angle lens over the telephoto lens in that, but you're also getting the pretty much the best telephoto lens of any US smartphone in that Google Pixel 4. But ideally you'd have three. If you get the regular, all three lenses. If you get the regular S10, for example, you step up in price a little bit, you would get all three. But for the corners they're cutting aren't really things you're probably going to notice or care about day to day. First of all, the main shooter is excellent. The camera quality is excellent. There are so many fantastic features. It shoots in 4K on both cameras. The front camera and the side and the back camera. But the wide-angle lens as well is top-notch quality. Honestly, I like the wide-angle here more than I have on the iPhone 11 lineup and more than I have on the OnePlus. The field of view and the angles are wider, first of all, on this one than the OnePlus. And I feel like there's a little bit more distortion on the iPhone wide-angle lens. So that's all you're lacking, is that 90 Hz refresh rate, which it's buttery smooth. It's a great experience, not necessarily faster, just smoother. And it even has a micro SD card slot. So you've got support for expandable memory on this as well, which seems to be disappearing. That's my recommendation, honestly. If you're neutral about operating system or ecosystem or anything like that, then I think this is the one to get. And you also get some pretty cool accessories if you need. It's got its own a really good ecosystem. You know, for example, you've got the Galaxy Watch, you know, here, which is my favorite smartwatch out, to be honest, and works seamlessly and perfectly with this and pretty much every feature you could ask for. You've got the Galaxy Buds, which super easy to get set up. You just basically just open them up to set them up. And you know, these Galaxy Buds have really good sound, really, I mean, for what you're getting for the price and so forth. It's got excellent sound quality, a really good set of features, and you know, you can do things through gestures with it. You know, like it's the tap to pause or double tap to skip a song. And you know, you can find any kind of case you want on a phone like this. It's pretty popular, and really nice ones too. Like I have this red leather cover for the S10e. So that's it, guys. Again, if you have more specific needs for a phone, this might not be the best value of 2019, but if you're neutral, all things being equal, I think this would be the best value right now, November 2019, for a smartphone. Again, that doesn't mean it's the best phone. Obviously, it doesn't mean it's the best one for you necessarily, but it's the most powerful and complete experience you're gonna get at this price. I guess that's a subjective thing, so I'll say in my opinion. I'll leave a link in the description if you wanted to pick one of these up. Again, the prices are pretty good right now on Amazon, and yeah, thank you for watching.